Hello, my friends, and today we will travel back in time to learn how our ancestors were reborn from the darkness of ignorance into an era of culture and knowledge. But first, I already ask you to like this video, leave your like, and subscribe here to our channel, The Human Journey, so you don't miss any new episode of this series. So, shall we go to the video? 1. The Awakening After the Darkness. After centuries marked by wars, famine, and a rigid monopoly of thought, Europe awoke as if it had emerged from a prolonged sleep, an awakening made of light, curiosity, and courage. In the squares, in the workshops, in the courts, and in the universities, conversations circulated that would previously have been considered dangerous. Ancient texts were rediscovered and ideas previously suffocated gained voice. In cities like Florence and Venice, merchants financed artists, ateliers turned into laboratories of experimentation, and the observation of nature became an act of freedom. Gutenberg's printing press spread sheets and thoughts with an unimaginable speed, breaking the monopoly of information and allowing knowledge to reach beyond the cloisters. This was a profound rearrangement of identity. Man ceased to be just a cog in a transcendent order and began to feel himself the author of his own existence. New questions echoed about man's place in the cosmos, about the possibilities of art, and about methods to investigate truth. And these questions acted like sparks that ignited a cultural transformation. It was not an instantaneous event, nor free from resistance. Many reacted with fear, but the tide of curiosity was relentless. This was the true awakening after the darkness, a movement in which the human gaze turned to creation and to the celebration of human potential, opening the way for inventions, masterpieces, and new ways of understanding the world. 2. The rediscovery of man and art. The Renaissance was more than a historical period. It was the rebirth of the human soul itself. After centuries in which art served only religion, artists began to look at man as the masterpiece of creation. Beauty ceased to be something distant and divine and came to inhabit the body, the face, the gesture, and human thought. Inspired by the ancient Greeks and Romans, the Renaissance masters sought to understand anatomy, proportion, and harmony, believing that in them resided the reflection of the divine. Leonardo da Vinci studied bodies and machines with the same passion with which he painted the enigmatic smile of Mona Lisa. Michelangelo saw in the rough stone the imprisoned spirit waiting to be freed by the precise blow of his chisel. And Botticelli, when painting the birth of Venus, was not depicting just a goddess, but the rebirth of the ideal of beauty and freedom of the human being. Art became science, and science became art. Perspective, discovered and applied with genius, gave depth to paintings and symbolized the new vision of the world. Three-dimensional, alive, full of possibilities. Emotion invaded the canvases and sculptures, as if every color, every shadow, and every stroke expressed the rediscovery of humanity itself. It was the triumph of reason and sensitivity, walking side by side. Man, now, was no longer a spectator of creation. He was a creator. The Renaissance rekindled the divine spark within every human being, proving that the true miracle lies in the infinite capacity to imagine, dream, and transform. 3. The Revolution of Knowledge. While the paints dried in the workshops of the great masters, another type of revolution boiled silently. The revolution of ideas. The Renaissance ignited an insatiable fire for the pursuit of knowledge. The Renaissance universities became laboratories of thought, and the printed book, thanks to Gutenberg's invention, spread like a flame that set minds ablaze throughout Europe. For the first time, knowledge was not restricted to monasteries. It reached the hands of scholars, craftsmen, and dreamers. Mathematics, astronomy, philosophy, and medicine began to be studied no longer as dogmas, but as paths to understand the laws of nature. Galileo pointed his telescope to the sky and discovered a universe much larger than imagined. Copernicus dared to say that the Earth was not the center of everything, and with that, displaced man from the center of the cosmos to place him at the center of discovery. Francis Bacon, Descartes, and other thinkers raised the foundations of modern science, proposing methods based on observation and experimentation. Truth ceased to be something revealed, to become something discovered. Each calculation, each observation, and each tested hypothesis represented one more step toward intellectual freedom. This revolution of knowledge transformed Europe into a vast laboratory of ideas. It was as if the universe finally opened before human eyes, revealing secrets that had always been there, waiting only for someone to dare to look. The Renaissance had freed not only the body and the spirit, but also the mind. 4. The legacy that changed the world. The Renaissance was not just an era, it was the turning point that redefined the destiny of humanity. From art to science, from philosophy to politics, everything we know today has its roots in this extraordinary awakening. It was there that the human being understood that he could be the author of his own history, architect of the future, and guardian of knowledge. The ideas born in the streets of Florence and in the ateliers of Rome echoed through the centuries, shaping the modern world. Curiosity became a virtue, freedom of thought, a right, and progress, a collective mission. The great navigators crossed oceans, driven by the same spirit that guided the artists and scientists, the desire to go beyond. Each new discovery, each innovation, was an extension of faith in human potential. And thus, the Renaissance planted the seed of modern science, of democracy, and even of the very concept of individuality. Man ceased to wait for the divine to solve his problems, and began to understand that the divine dwelt within him in his capacity to create, reason, and transform. This was the true legacy of the Renaissance, to prove that the human mind is infinite, that knowledge is the most powerful of lights, and that the future belongs to those who dare to imagine. The Renaissance did not end in the 16th century. It continues in every invention, in every work, in every idea that is born from the courage to dream. It was the rebirth of the world and the beginning of our eternal journey of rediscovery that continues now, with me and with you. If you liked the video, then like it, leave your like. This helps a lot so that this video reaches even more people. Subscribe here to our channel, The Human Journey, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new episode of this series. Share this video with that friend of yours who loves stories of the evolution of humanity. And leave your opinion about the video down here because our chat still continues here in the comments. A big hug to everyone, stay with God, and see you next time.